the Chinese logic, it makes sense to me. The Chinese logic, it sits well in my soul. Hi world, hi YouTube, this is Sabrina in China. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for joining. Guys, remember to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. It is such a lovely, beautiful day here in Hangzhou. The weather is perfect. It's not too hot. It's not cold at all. It's getting down to autumn, so the weather is really nice. It's really nice here in my community. Absolutely peaceful. Guys, today I want to talk about things that made sense to me only after I moved to China. Like, there are some things that really didn't make sense to me while I was living outside of China, but once I came to China, it's like they make so much sense to me. Let's get into the video. And the first one is chopsticks. Listen, I didn't understand how Asian people use chopsticks to eat everything. I just could not understand it. I couldn't use it. I didn't like it. It didn't make sense to me. But after moving to China and I started to use chopsticks every day, I realized that it is much easier to use chopsticks than to use a knife and a fork. Like, it's just easier using chopsticks now. Like, even when I go to restaurants, like Western style restaurants here in China, I ask for chopsticks because it's just easier. Like, now I am like a professional at using chopsticks. I was drinking soup earlier today, and I had a pair of chopsticks and a spoon, and I was using the chopsticks and the spoon to drink and eat the soup. Because it is much easier and more convenient to use chopsticks rather than knife and a fork. Like, it is so much easier, and I didn't believe that I could actually like using chopsticks, but I love it. They make so much sense. They're easier. They're more convenient. Love it. So something else that doesn't make sense in Western countries but absolutely makes sense in China is the practice of grandparents taking joy in taking care of their grandkids. Like that, it's a big cultural thing. It's a big part of the Chinese society for grandparents to be the ones to take care of the grandkids, you know, and the children go to work. And in some instances, the grandparents actually live with the family, and so the children can have time to focus on jobs or whatever. In the Western world, it is not like that. People, you know, they want to have the sense of, oh, I'm old now, it is my time to shine. I am not going to be no grandma sitting at home taking care of no kids. I'm going to be the hot grandma. I'm going to be that sort of grandma. They don't want to sit at home and take care of the grandkids. But here you see grandmas and grandpas taking joy and honor in taking care of their grandkids. They feel like it's a good thing. It's celebrated here. It's such an honor for them to take care of their grandkids. You will see grandmas and grandpas going to the parks, picking up the kids from school, taking them to school, you know, just hanging out with them, playing with them on the playground. But in a lot of Western countries, you hear the talk of, oh, I'm going to be a hot grandma. I'm going to be like, I love that in China. And for me, if I ever marry a Chinese man and his mom wants to come over and take care of the grandkids for us, I would be honored. I would be happy. You know, I like that actually. Like, in Western countries that I've lived in and I've been to, it is not as celebrated and appreciated the way it is in China. In fact, a lot of people disdain the idea of the mother-in-law or their mom living with them when they're raising their family. But here it's like a normal thing to see mother-in-laws or the mother-in-law, the father-in-law at home taking care of the grandkids. Since I moved to China, I've come to appreciate that, and I love that. And I think that is why China, has better family values, better family structure, because grandparents are not trying to go to the clubs and shake their asses at 60 years old. They have different priorities. Whereas now you see in Western countries where, people that are supposed to be grandparents and supposed to be, doing other stuff, they're half naked on Instagram. They're showing their asses. They're getting all sort of cosmetic surgeries, trying to look like 20 years old. Like, they're doing the most. Here in China, grandparents actually act like grandparents. They're taking their grandkids to the park and having karaoke and playing and relaxing, not wearing things that come up. I'm sorry. I am cracking myself up. But seriously, it is a real thing. Like people disdain that. It's, in my country, Jamaica, a lot of people disdain that. They're like, I'm not gonna sit at home, take care of no grandkids. I didn't push those kids out. They're not my kids. You find someone to take care of your kids. And then families are paying so much money for daycare when they could have grandparents taking care of the kids. Listen, the Chinese logic, it makes sense to me. The Chinese logic, it sits well in my soul. I love that. Okay, so yeah, if I ever marry a Chinese man, his mom is welcome to take care of our kids. And if my mom has the ability and the chance to come to China and take care of our kid, you're welcome also. I love it. Ni hao. A grandma and a grandpa just called to me. I was just talking about grandma and grandpas. Let me show you guys. Look at the yeah with the grandbaby. You see, look at that grandma acting like grandma. She's not wearing something short, trying to shake booty and saying, I don't want to take care of no grandbaby. I didn't birth that baby. You know what I mean? I mean, this is the respectable lifestyle. I love it. Here's another one. Taking naps at work. Listen, I only started doing this when I came to China. I was not taking naps when I was working in Jamaica. But here in China, you will see people napping during lunch break. And some places even close during lunch hours. I think those people are probably sleeping during the lunch break. The places that are closed during lunch break, I think those people are probably sleeping. For me, I cannot go through the day without taking at least 10 minutes of rest. Now that I've been here for 4 years, it is it's just a part of me now to nap. And that's something I didn't do back home when I was working in Jamaica or when I worked in the US. I wasn't taking naps during my lunch break like this. But now, religiously, I take naps during my lunch breaks. And also my colleagues sometimes, they're like sleeping during their lunch break. It is such a normal thing to take naps during your lunch breaks here in China. I wonder if that is a secret to why Chinese people are able to look so young for so long. Like, you see some Chinese people and they're looking like so young, and when you ask their age, they're super old. And I'm like, you don't look like you're 40 right now. You don't look 50. You look super young. I wonder if that is a secret. Talking about secret to looking young, another thing, drinking warm water. Before I came to China, I was not drinking warm water. I mean, absolutely not. And then I came to China and I started drinking warm water and I love it. And that only made sense to me when I came to China. There is something behind it. The locals, they say that drinking warm water helps to reduce toxin in the body and keep the gut healthy, and that the body is already warm. So putting warm things in the body only helps to boost the immune system rather than drinking cold water that damages and weaken your immune system. That is the theory behind it here in China. And maybe also that helps to keep Chinese girls, Chinese people looking so young and beautiful for such a long time. I don't know, maybe it's the nap and the drinking of warm water. Guys, try it out. Start taking naps, you know, during your lunch breaks and drink warm water. I mean, I don't know, guys. Okay, guys, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I had a lot of fun shooting this video because I cranked myself up. Guys, remember to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. The sun is setting and it is so beautiful. Until next time, guys, this is Sabrina in China. Bye!